What's up everybody, welcome to another video on my channel. In this video I'm gonna be cooking up a beat for NBA Youngboy together with my boy Sir Luke. We both produce songs for NBA Youngboy, so the beat is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna lay down the melody and he's gonna do the drums. So I would say let's not waste any time, let's get straight into the melody. And we decided to go for some 2020 NBA Youngboy guitar kind of vibe. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I will lay down a simple and sad chord progression at something around 150 to 160 BPM. And now I'm gonna record it another time, the exact same thing, so we can use the double tracking method later on. Now that we got the chords done, I wanna lay down some top lines, so let's record something simple but melodic. And now some variation for bars 4 to 8. And now the exact same thing as for the chords, let's record it another time for the double tracking method later on. And the thing that I really like to do is to add variation to the melody but not to the bounce. As you can see, the bounce in this section is the exact same bounce as in this section, but I changed the melody. The chords are different. But the rhythm and the bounce is not. And for the top lines it's the exact same thing. And that just adds some variation without making it weird by changing the bounce. It's also way easier for the artist to rap on and will be better for the drum maker later on because it's less confusing. And before we can come to adding some ear candy, I want to lay down one more guitar. And this time I want to record some high arpeggio kind of guitar. Yeah, I would say we're done recording. Now I want to time stretch my guitars. So what I'm gonna do is I will render each track out. And once we got that done, we can click this little icon right here, then hit time warp sample, and then new time will open up. What we're gonna do is we'll click this little scissors right here, delete all markers, and then I'm gonna add my own markers so we don't lose any quality. Because in my opinion, the auto-generated markers make this whole thing sound kind of weird, so I always add my own ones. Alright, now I got everything time stretched, and the next step now is mixing. So let's route them all to an insert by clicking Command and L, and then I'm just gonna paste one of my presets on there. So as you can see, for each track we got two recordings, so one for the left and the other one for the right side, and now we get this stereo tone right here. In comparison, without the double tracking method it would sound like this, and with, yeah, that sounds a lot wider. I'm just gonna paste the preset to all of our tracks, but at the top lines I'm gonna cut out some more lows. I usually cut out my top lines at around 200 Hz and my chords at around 100 Hz. But for the high top line, as you can see, we don't need all of these lows. So I'm gonna cut them out at around 300 because everything below there is just unnecessary and it makes the whole thing sound a bit more muddy. Now let's add some ear candy, and for that I want to go on Splice to see if I can find some cool wah kind of effect to make it sound more Youngboy-ish. Yeah, okay, so I found two cool phrases and I chopped them up, time stretched them, and now we got this. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool, but I want to make them sound even better, so let's route them to an insert and then let's add some effects. First let's add this Explorer for some grain effect. And then some delay to the wah phrase. And then also some EQs, of course. would say with that we're almost done. I want to add 2 more things, and that's some keys and also a bass. So first let's start with the keys. I just need something for the background, so let's go into Xenology, then E-piano, and then this West Coast EP. So just the chords from our guitar. And what sounds amazing is if you take the root note, make it the most quiet part, then the fifth, the second quiet part, strum it by hitting Option and S, Option R to randomize the velocity, and then you get this. Then I want to add this E-piano preset from my Mix Essentials kit. Finally, the bass. Let's take the Scarby Rickenbacker bass again. Night Session preset. Copy over the notes from our chords. Paste them into the bass. Let's route this one to an insert as well. And then let's add the bass preset also from the Mix Essentials kit. And yeah, I would say that was it for the melody. Now I'm gonna render this thing out, send it over to my boy Luke, and he's gonna show you how he makes the drums for it.
Yo, what's going on guys, it's Luke. Shout out MST for having me on the channel. You guys just watched him cook up this guitar loop. Now it's time to put some drums on it. Oh yeah, this is definitely YB. Dude, this is crazy. Do a roll here. Let's take this low end out so we can add an 808. I like to bring it down to usually like 180-ish, depending on the loop. See, it's not cutting out too much, just the bass, so it won't mess with the 808. So if you don't know how to find the 808 notes and you want to stay in key, what you can do is find the bass stem of the loop, cut it here, make unique as sample, double click it, open it up in pitch corrector, it will open it in new tone, find an empty sampler channel, press this button right here, it will send it straight to MIDI, pitch it up, now you got it in key. I think what I'm gonna do for this one is pitch it up to, the 808 originally is quite low. Let's get a longer 808. Split that snare using Alt-U on Windows. Bring this back a bit. Some reverb on the open hat just to give them some space. Pan some sounds, like these ones. Definitely want some reverb on these just to give them that space in the back. More tail on this one. I can definitely hear YB on this. What I like to do for the beginning is make sure that the low end is playing, so I'll make an automation clip for the EQ. I'll make it unique so it differs from the other one, and I'll bring it there. So now, as you can hear, the low end is playing.
And yeah, I would say that was it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it and want to see more of this, let me know in the comments. Also, just a quick reminder, I just launched my free Discord. So if you're interested in getting some cool opportunities and place to send your loops to, then feel free to check it out. It's the first link in the description. Also, down below, you will find links to all of my presets and kits. So make sure to check them out. Also, big thanks to Luke for joining in and being a part of this. But with that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.